Jesse Ventura is playing with our hearts. I don't know what is happening here, but yesterday it's on. Today it might be off. I'm all confused. Is he running for president, Cody? What's going on?
Well, it's honestly been an answer I've been struggling to come up with. So, for those of you guys, I mean, the last few days we've been doing videos, over the last week or so, talking about Jesse Ventura potentially throwing his hat into the ring. And I don't have it pulled up right here, but I believe I saw a Monmouth poll that came out today for the presidential election. There's 3 names on it: Trump, Biden, and Amash. Justin Amash is 5%. I wonder what Jesse Ventura theoretically could be in something like this. However, we had a bit of a weird development come out. Now, it's not very often I get to pull Wrestling Inc. up, so I'm very happy to get to pull Wrestling Inc. But the reason why is they have a serious stuff I want to highlight. So we did a video just saying why we think it looks like Jesse Ventura is probably running the other day. One of the reasons why I said that is because he had signed the paperwork to become a member of the Green Party and then started retweeting and tweeting out a bunch of stuff about... He was literally retweeting, and I get that it's just Twitter, but it's like that's like how you release press statements, basically, saying you can go here to sign up to volunteer for my campaign.
Yeah.
And we're getting into that. So, in a now deleted series of tweets, an individual by the name of Bill Sombrello, who was organizing these signups for the potential, blank on the name, volunteers and all this stuff, recently deleted all these tweets. However, he came out on, I believe it was yesterday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, and said, "Breaking, unfortunately for reasons that were not elaborated on, Governor Ventura has decided not to seek the Green Party nomination for president. My apologies to all those that made an effort to get this off the ground, and for your inevitable disappointment, you must feel sorry." He goes on to say, "Sorry, everyone, I didn't expect this." And then he also said that this is from the guy who would have been the campaign manager if there had been a campaign.
Yes.
Now, what's interesting is, again, all of those tweets have now been deleted, which is really weird to me because I'm looking around trying to find concrete statements. Is Jesse Ventura out or not? But then I find some other weird stuff. For example, this is an exchange between Howie Hawkins, who's now, man, if Jesse does jump in and steal this from Howie, I'm going to feel for the man. Howie Hawkins right here, he just announced his lovely vice president, that'd be an Angela Walker. He is going to be, if he loses this primary, it'd be his 24th straight failure. That would suck. Anyway. Somebody brought up, they said giving the nomination, or not, I believe he's speaking to the VP or nomination, to Jesse and tossing out the votes of the nomination, apologize. But he said tossing out the votes of Green Party primary voters who already cast their ballots. So there's been like 17, 18 states that have voted already. Yeah. If Ventura was serious about running, the time was to start before people vote, not after, which Howie Hawkins said. Well said, Eric. However, my largest point I want to point to is this. He's still being discussed as a specter in the Green Party. They're still talking about the looming possible threat. However, people who did seem to have some pretty good inside information about the whatever Jesse Ventura has been doing that I have been reading online have been saying that it's off. It is off.
Yeah.
It's just I've seen nothing official from Jesse, and there's been nothing official written. Like there's been no one's really got any kind of statement. I've been looking around. It's tough. I don't even know who you reach out to get a statement on this, since most people that are involved just kind of start deleting the information they had up. But this was interesting. So this is a snapshot. Sorry, it's just a picture of our video. It's a screenshot from our video the other day. But this is what Jesse Ventura is, and I'll blow it up. And the reason why we said it looks like he's running for president, this is what his Twitter feed looked like at the time. He had retweeted 2 tweets. One was the sign-up form for volunteers, and the other one was, again, from this Bill Sombrello character, the same character who came out and said the campaign's off, he's not running. Another tweet talking about him signing up for the Greens. Only reason I want to bring that up, I just want to show you guys, that is what is interesting about this. Also, worth noting, the sign-up sheet that Jesse Ventura had retweeted had been published weeks before he did it. Again, I don't want to get too far into Twitter psychology. I'm just trying to say, there was some kind of movement from within Jesse Ventura's camp, I guess, so to speak, for this. And now those same people are telling us there will be no campaign. However, I've seen nothing concrete, and Jesse Ventura's left up all this stuff about signing up to be a member of the Green Party. So I just want to give you guys an update that I don't know. I'm assuming he's not running now, which is crazy. There's 2 videos. One, he's probably running. 2, he probably isn't, like days apart. But individuals with some knowledge seem to be saying it's off. However, there's nothing concrete. There's nothing firm. There's nothing to say that indeed Jesse Ventura has came out and said, I'm not seeking this nomination. I've heard some interesting, goofy, not conspiracies, but some reasons why he isn't. But at the moment, it looks like it is Howie Hawkins who is going to be running. However, I can tell you one thing. Within the Green Party, Howie Hawkins, despite leading the primary, doesn't seem to be super popular. and he has a problem of getting people in his Twitter mentions all the time talking about how Jesse Ventura would beat you, basically. Right? Like he'll just post a tweet like, "Here's my VP," and people are like, "Yeah, Jesse Ventura's going to beat you. Hopefully he doesn't run and you can't beat him. Yeah. He has more support." But seriously, if Justin Amash is polling at 5%, Jesse Ventura can't pull at 5%. You tell me like just name. I mean, people know who he is, and and just as a meme candidate. I mean, people need a meme candidate. I think I saw recently Justin Amash tweeting out a code for your Animal Crossing. Like you can tweet out code, you can make codes so you can make Animal Crossing outfits. He had his campaign shirt and hat done in Animal Crossing, which and more campaigns should do. I know there's unofficial like fan made Yang stuff, but I think this one's officially got the Amash stamp of approval on it.
All right,
so other people should do that, but. There we go. I just want to catch you guys up on that a little bit because I've seen, again, if I were to make a bet, I'd probably say, I ain't running now, but it's also worth noting a lot of the information that came out saying that Jesse Ventura wasn't running has since been deleted. Tweets, there's no other statements or releases. So I just want to give you guys an update. That's where we're at today.
So I just want to make sure that I got this right here. We can't say definitively that he's not, but it looks like he's not. But there's a possibility he is just toying with us, or that maybe he just had a guy who thought he was going to be the campaign manager that he talked with, but then ultimately, kind of like in Jerry Maguire, he's like, you know what, you're not my guy, and so that guy got pissed and just tweeted a bunch of stuff. So possibly he's still in. Is that right, Cody?
He hasn't made any statements. Who knows? Tell you what, Jesse Ventura seems to be in the exact same place he's been for the last 15 years. Maybe sort of probably could run. He's still there. It did seem like, the only reason why I bring it up, it did seem like there was a period over the coming weeks, or over the past week or so. I'm just going to browse through his Twitter feed again. Has he making any statements about this? There has been a few periods over the last few weeks where he's been getting closer than he had in the past. I mean, basically subtly asking people to sign up to volunteer. And then that was it. He still has the picture up. I'm not saying he's deleted everything. There's still a lot of people who have been pushing for him to run, who have plenty of tweets up talking about why he should run. I'm just saying that it definitely looks like a lot of the stuff that was heating up from Jesse Ventura always says he's going to run to like, okay, but now he's like signing some paperwork and he's getting things out. He's moving forward a little more than normal. That seems to be on pause. So I just want to, I don't know. Don't get your hopes up, I guess what I'm saying. Who knows, but nothing official. He very well could say I'm still running. My guess, now that we've gone through what I've seen and found, my guess is shenanigans with the party. I think they know Jesse Ventura would probably take over the party. Just name recognition, the character, the personality. I mean, the Jesse Ventura clips have been going viral on Twitter again. Just seeing like he's very big. He's the kind of personality who definitely takes over rooms of the Green Party. I don't know any of the big Green Party personalities. I think they know that, and maybe they don't want him in. So maybe he still kind of wants to run for them, and they're just kind of like, we don't want him to come in and just dominate, take over. So that could be what's going on, and one of the reasons why we're not seeing a lot of statements or releases or anything coming out, because it's just behind the scenes, them trying to put roadblocks in front of him so he can't run for them. It's not even my theory, just something I've came across that sounds more plausible than anything else. However, it's also very plausible that he always does this and he's never going to run. Both those things could still very well be true.
This would be my second largest political disappointment, besides Andrew Yang not starting his own party. I love how Jimmy Dore basically interviewed Andrew Yang and kind of laughed at him towards the end and said, I just can't wait to look forward to you and Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders all telling us that we got to go vote for Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that Andrew Yang didn't start, he kind of has. He started a movement now with Humanity Forward, but the fact that he didn't start a third political party that I really think could gain some steam under this anti-automation, not anti, but aware of automation ethos he had. That was my first biggest political disappointment of 2020. And my second would be Jesse Ventura could take over the Green Party. And if that tweet that we saw is true, where that person said, look, if you've been a lifelong Green Party member like I have, you know that the national organization is feckless and has no leadership and is disorganized. You know what I'm saying? And really almost non-existent. He could bring order that chaos and empower a third party. And sure, he's kind of a crazy guy, but Trump was kind of a crazy guy. They're both WWE performers. They know how to get the cheap eat, how to get the pops, how to get the attention. and so on and so forth. So why not go in there and empower a third party to give America more options? Because yeah, you're a little bit crazy, but the person behind you that you're giving coattails to is probably a pretty rational person that is too rational for the Democrats and, I don't know, not old enough for the Republicans. You know what I'm saying? It's really something we need, our third and fourth options outside of this screwy dichotomy of Republicans and Democrats, and I think Jesse Ventura could do it. So part of me is holding out, man. I admit my bias on this. Part of me is holding out, hoping that Jesse Ventura pulls off a Green Party run, man. That's what I'm hoping for. Cody, do I veer too verbose?
I mean, it doesn't look like it. I mean,
Dang it.
The last thing I'll pull up for you guys, and again, only because part of it just because I like bringing up these sources, but sometimes you have to go to weird places to get news.
Yeah, definitely.
Apologize. It appears that, and they're citing the same deleted Bill Sombrello tweets. But again, we've seen a lot of multiple wrestling publications. This is Pro Wrestling Mania. Have came out to run this report. But again, these are now deleted tweets from somebody who had claimed to have been working with someone who would have been the campaign manager. And that is all we have.
Problem Solver Politics. We'll see you guys in the next video.